So this guy was one of the best goalies of his era, an innovator in protective equipment, part of a distinguished hockey family, which includes his brother Ken, and NHL and WHA stalwart who had fans from 2 to 102. Of course, we have to be talking about the incomparable and very talented Dave Dryden. Now, Dryden has the distinction of creating, as well as being the first goaltender to employ the modern day goaltending mask, which consists of a fiberglass mask with a cage. Now, born in Hamilton, Ontario, he was the son of Murray and Margaret Dryden. He played in the NHL and the World Hockey Association from 62 to 79 for the New York Rangers, Buffalo Sabres, Chicago Blackhawks, Chicago Cougars, and Edmonton Oilers. Now, on March 20, 71, in the game between the Sabres and the Montreal Canadiens at the Forum, Dryden faced his brother Ken, the only time in the history of the NHL that brothers oppose each other as goalies. Now, Dryden's best years came in the WHA, playing for the Cougars and the Oilers. Now, when the Oilers joined the NHL for the 1980 season, Dryden had set the record for most games played, 197, and most wins by any goalie while a WHA Oiler. He was the goalie against whom Wayne Gretzky scored his first professional goal. In 79, he won the Ben Haskin Trophy, the WHA's top goalie, and the Gordie Howe Trophy as League's MVP, as he lost in the Avco Cup final to Winnipeg. Now, in 77, Dryden designed the first mask cage combination goalie mask, and mask maker Greg Harrison transferred his design drawings into a final product which Dryden wore for the Oilers. The mask is on display at the Hockey Hall of Fame in Toronto, and the mask cage combination goalie mask is now the norm in modern hockey. Now, Dave Dryden is currently the chair of Sleeping Children Around the World charity, founded by his father, which provides bed kits to children in developing countries. Now, just to recap,
I'm not quite done yet, but I just want to update you because I was a little late on getting laundry started this morning.
so
I'm waiting for that to dry, so it'll probably be another half hour. Okay, thanks.
Sorry for the interruption, ladies and gentlemen. Just getting a call taken care of. He first came to modern prominence with the Aurora Bears in 1959 in the Metropolitan JHL, where he played 48 games with a 3.54 average. Now, like many young players who came up through the Ontario system, he decided to make the St. Michael's Majors his OHA junior team. He played 2 seasons with St. Mike's in 60-61. Now, 62, he found himself with the Toronto Marlies in the Met JHL with a 17-18-6 record. Now, his first NHL game was with the Rangers in 62, where he lost and gave up 3 goals for a 4.5 average. Now, he also played with the Rochester Americans that year in 62. Now, 63 to 65, he played with the Galt Hornets of the OHA, averaging 35 to 40 games per season. 65, he was also with the Buffalo Bisons, where he won 4 games and 4 starts. Now, 66, he was back in the NHL with the Chicago Blackhawks with a 3-4-1 record. 67, he was back in the minors with the St. Louis Braves, 17-17-4. But 68 and 69, he was the backup to Tony Esposito. And over those seasons, he went 9-2 and 12-11-2. Now, 71, he made a jump to the expansion Buffalo Sabres with a 3-3 record. And 72, he went 3-9-5. 73, he went 14-13-7. And as the number 1 in Buffalo in 74, he went 23-20-8 with a 2.97 average, just before the Crozier-Desjardins duet happened in the 75 Cup run. Now, his WHA totals were tremendous. In 1975, he won 18-26-1, 76, 22, 34, 5, 77, 10-13, 78, 21, 13, and 79, that great campaign, 41, 17, 2 with a 2.89 average. Now, he went back to the NHL in 1980 under a crowded goalie situation that year. With the Gretzky Oilers that year, he went 2-7-3 with a 4.27 average. Now, final WHA totals, 242 games, 112, 113, and 10. 3.51 average with 8 shutouts. NHL total 69, 77, and 28 with 9 shutouts. Playoffs for the Sabres 0-2 in 3 games, and WHA 6-11 with no shutouts in both those campaigns. So Dave Dryden, very, very consistent. Like I said, a groundbreaking goalie who basically, when he had the chance to improve his production on the ice, he was having trouble with some of the errant shots that were hitting goalies at the time, and the final product design really paid off for the Oilers, and we see that in the last season. But my God, Dryden, like I said, a very, very workmanlike goalie, not like his brother at all, more a student of the game than Dryden's interpretive, because as you know, Ken was bad against the Russians, and Dave once said, well, maybe he should listen to his older brother every once in a while, to play a more solid, what he call, solid basic style. And like I said, very underrated goalie, but the problem is, I don't think he was in Ken's shadow at all, because he was around for at least 10 years before Ken arrived. It was just kind of ironic. You don't too often see two brothers from the same family be NHL goalies. You might see them as defensemen or forwards or even like the Sutters, but just remember, none of the Sutters are goalies. Two Drydens were a goalie, so that makes the story of Dave Dryden more than special. Thanks for listening.